Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Wednesday, September 18th. I'm here with Stephanie, Brandon, Erica. I'm Jeff. Let's get started, guys, because we got some boy band feuds, or should I say brother feuds. Backstreet boy band Nick Carter and his younger brother Aaron are feuding. Nick slapped him with a restraining order because he says Aaron threatened his wife and unborn child. Aaron then fired back, telling Nick on Twitter to take care, and they're done for life. Then Nick posted this interesting video on Instagram. Here's where the feud comes in. Watch.
I'm doing this tonight. Oh, probably gonna start a fight. I know this can't be.
Oh, notice he was singing an NSYNC song, and his brother is a Backstreet Boy. So do you think you guys, they could ever heal their relationship after this big of a family feud?
What
was that?
Was that?
What was it?
That was them.
Mr. Randy Watson.
That was him
Carter
sticking it to his brother.
He stuck it to something, but it was not his brother. I mean, Aaron was a singer. He was a pop star, and that was the best thing he could do. We've lost the whole feud on that because we're like, now we see why you haven't released any new music.
He's been through some stuff.
I think his voice broke and his career ended.
Oh. Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. This guy, both brothers have been through their ups and downs. Yeah. They've struggled with alcoholism, drugs, and I don't know, it just, they're the ones doing this to themselves. They're putting out all their dirty laundry in the reality shows, in social media. I mean, how could you blame anybody?
But that's how you make yourself marketable these days. I feel like there's a different, that's not the way, Erica, but it's a way because people look at that and they loved it. How many clicks did he get on that? How many likes did he get on that? Who's going to be talking about it? We're obviously talking about that, not because of his singing, because I'm surprised our Steve Gallagher, our sound guy, didn't throw the because he's singing NSYNC and his brother's a Backstreet Boy. But I'm just waiting for one of them to promote something. Because that's what you're doing. You're looking for attention to promote something, a book, a reality show.
I think the minute you start tearing down your family in a public arena like that, it's gone way too far. You just don't do that. It's not okay.
Some people don't care about family members.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I think it's kind of, and I understand you can't pick your family. There's always going to be extreme circumstances. However, that is like the last sign of like a major breakdown. My parents used to say, don't act a fool in company. You are acting a fool in company. You are going against one another. That shows weakness internally as well when you start to break down the walls of a family. I'm not for it.
And you know what else it shows? That you're on the 14th minute of your 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other problems going on there, but yeah, I think you guys are all right. Well, speaking of pop stars, Britney Spears' parents are facing off in court. Let's get up to Raquel Villanueva. She has news at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. Today's hearing focuses on who will control Britney's future, and all media was asked to leave the hearing just as it was getting started. Protesters are still lined up outside of the Los Angeles courtroom. They are holding up Free Britney posters. That hashtag is actually trending right now, hoping to see the pop star regain control of her life. Now, inside the courtroom, her parents were ready to face off. Her mother, Lynn, is asking to have Britney's father permanently removed as a conservator. He temporarily stepped down a few weeks ago, but was expected to resume his duties. Spears reportedly entered the courtroom after the media and the public left. Now, this is still a developing story, and I'll keep you updated on the case.
Thank you so much, Raquel. It's sad.
What, Erica? You're
who
looking
are all
so
these
confused.
faux HDs? Like, who are these these fake MDs? You're asking someone to end a conservatorship, and you just have enough time to be hanging outside of a courtroom in the middle of the day.
You're the
one that's qualified. You're the one. This girl right here, she couldn't even keep her bra covered. I shouldn't say that because today I'm struggling with mine too. But the tank top, like, really? These
I'm
people?
just disappointed that we didn't see. It's really awful that I don't remember his name, but do we remember the gentleman that
Chris Crocker.
That's it, Chris Crocker. Leave Britney alone.
He should have been.
Leave her alone. I just wish he was there.
He should have been there
because I would have loved to have seen that. I'd have been there for it.
Yeah.
Go, Chris.
Listen, I think there's something
Free
to do
Britney.
with. Are you done over there?
Free Britney!
She got the Britney outfit on right now.
Never mind, it's not important anyways. All right, guys, Victoria Beckham is really opening up in a new Glamour UK article. She admits she's hidden behind her armor in the past. That included not smiling in public, but she says there's less of that now. She just launched a new beauty line and wants everyone to feel like the best version of themselves. She says, I want to tell people to own who you are. Yes, we and I have wrinkles, and that's okay. Victoria said all the pics from the makeup line will be unedited. So is this empowering or just clever marketing? Steph, what do you think? I think it's good marketing.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think, you know, Victoria's always surrounded herself with the best marketers in the world. She's had an amazing advice throughout her entire career. And she's worked very closely with Estee Lauder for many years, promoting various different products that they've had. And she said that she took the knowledge that she learned from one of the best business conglomerates in the world to create her own line. Now, we've always seen her not smile because her training that she had, which was the same training that Kanye West had, was to not smile because it gives this illusion of her being, you know, a higher being, shall we say, that praise Victoria because it's very, you're too obtainable when you smile, you're too relatable. She didn't want that. But I think now she's obviously, the tables have turned because she has to relate to women because she wants them to buy her product. So we're going to see a very different side of her.
This is a rebranding thing then?
I think for this, yes, 100%, because she wants women to buy her products. And if she's been portraying herself for all this time as an elitist or someone who's unobtainable and untouchable, it's very unrelatable for women. They're not going to buy into that. But maybe they'll think, I can have a little piece of that. I can be like Victoria. Now she's showing a bit more of her personality.
That's interesting because I would think just the opposite. You want to be relatable so people buy your products, or in this case, she's doing that. But from the beginning, I would think she'd want people to relate to her, right?
Well, I think now we're in a different time. You know, things aren't as curated as they were when the Spice Girls were super popular. I mean, there was a sense that like they were unattainable, that they were at another level. So no, you don't want to be common. I think it's interesting because this is her second time venturing out into the retail space. Her Victoria Beckham line, which is super bad, but it also doesn't really cater to a curvier woman. So if she's looking for something that includes everyone, then yeah, I could see her needing to cough up all the secrets here.
Yeah, because when we look at fashion labels and lines, that's why they have lesser item products. So purses, sunglasses, because they're the smaller items that people can feel affiliated and associated with a brand. So they can say, oh, you know, I buy Chanel, I buy whatever, Dior. And the way they do that is by also lowering the price of the cosmetics. So people buy into that idea and that idea of a lifestyle. Does that make sense? Yeah. So obviously she doesn't do that with her fashion label, which is thousands of dollars a piece. Whereas this is going to be under $50 a piece. So it makes people feel that connection to her more.
All right, there we go. Yeah. Speaking of across the pond, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex went on a royal pub crawl with their baby. In photos obtained by TMZ, Harry, Meghan, and baby Archie were spotted grabbing dinner at a pub in England, and they blended right in with the commoners, and we're told Archie behaved the entire time.
There's a baby in a bar. Anybody name that movie?
No.
It's Reese Witherspoon in Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, there you go. Listen, I gotta be perfectly honest right now. I've done this, okay? And all the parents I've talked to, or at least friends with, I'm gonna get parent shamed by this. When your kid is that young and your wife just had that baby, what she wants to do is go out and have a good time. I'm not saying go out and get wasted. Yeah. You go out for a cocktail or two, you put the baby right by the table in a nice little booth, the baby's quiet, you give him a little bottle, you have a drink with your wife, you try to get back to normal a little bit. This is as normal as it gets, and proud of the Duke and Duchess.
Okay, so confession time. Did you ever accidentally leave Lawson?
Uh-oh.
Truth.
Twice. No. Are you crazy? No, of course not. Of course not. When we lived in LA, when Lawson, my oldest one, was like around 4 months old, we had this little pub bar right across the street, a small little place. We knew the owner, and we went in there, and she would always like rock Lawson. Yeah. We'd have a drink or two. We lived right across the street, went back home. It was like our little date night. We had no family there. That's all you could do, and I think it's very relatable to a lot of people.
You know what one of my dad goals are when I become a dad? Is to have a baby Bjorn, like have my baby in the baby Bjorn, and be playing cornhole. But you guys call it bags because you're from Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to play that, like have a tournament with dads with baby Bjorns to play cornhole.
Yeah, but if you're bending over and you're throwing this, the baby's going to go flying out with it.
It's a baby Bjorn, the one
I'm
Daniel
telling you.
Craig had
Listen,
on that time.
I'll give you
Is that
mine.
safe?
I got one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We should make it into a tournament
They're like
March.
bending over and like doing this motion. I just see visions of the baby like
Your technique
catapulting
is
out.
terrible.
Look at what you're wearing right now. Think of that. But it's got lots
Yeah,
and stuff in it.
it's, well, I
You
don't
put the
know.
baby all the way in there. It's covered up to here, and its little arms just stick out. You could like shimmy, nothing goes, not going nowhere.
Okay.
Hit a shot and shimmy.
That sounds like a more secure item up here than most what women have. It sounds like everything's held in place, no?
Let me just have my goals. Let me have my dad goals, please.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Wow,
I'm getting it from both sides.
Hey,
but
I'm
not today.
supporting you,
Erica,
buddy.
you're good
I'm supporting
today.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to give you my little baby Bjorn.
Hey.
All right, there we go. DBL is live and coming up. He made us laugh out loud in the 90s. Sitcom Family Matters, but what's Jaleel White up to these days? DBL co-host Al Jackson finds out for us. But first, who is breaking it down in their undies and posting for their 2 million followers to see? Find out next. And what up Wednesday? Who is that?
Christian.
Hi, it's Raquel here with the DBL Digital team. Right now, it's time for Fast Blast, where I give you all the trending news you need to know in under 2 minutes. So let's get that timer up and get started. Maybe it started out as a joke. Maybe they meant business. The Storm Area 51 Facebook event was supposed to happen this Friday. Now, even though it's canceled, the military isn't taking any chances. The Air Force revealed they are sending out reinforcements to Nevada, and there is a music festival planned in the area, so there's no word if there'll be any out-of-this-world attendees. Now that fall is a few days away, it's time to get a little spooky. Now, Halloween is right around the corner, and you could get paid to watch horror films. Dish is looking to hire someone to binge watch Stephen King movies for $1,300. Now, I'm a big scaredy cat, so I'm totally out of the running. But does it count if you watch movies like this? Maybe? Okay, I'm just a little freaked out thinking about it. And if you are too, look, here's a baby animal. And not just any baby animal, a rare zebra. Born with spots instead of stripes. Now, zebras have stripes to act as an optical illusion when running away from predators, but this foal was born to stand out. And I'll leave you with something cool I found on the internet today. So don't adjust your screens. There is not a gaping hole on Jupiter. NASA's Juno spacecraft captured this shot of an eclipse on Jupiter. It's the shadow of the planet's moon Io passing over Jupiter's clouds. And that's it for today's Fast Blast. See you next time.
DBL, it's What Up Wednesday, where I fill you in on all the hot celebrity gossip, because let's be honest, this stuff is important to know. So let's head on over to our What Up World map, where today is all surrounding California, so we're having a big road trip, right? So our first stop is Beverly Hills, home to Real Housewife Lisa Rinna. Now, the 56-year-old is really feeling herself this week. This is something you have to see. There she is. Check out Lisa showing off Kim Kardashian's new line of shapewear. Instead of a simple thank you note, she decided to film herself showing the world just how much she loves it. I mean, here's what's up. You may love it, you may hate it, but I think this is confidence. The way it builds into a whole show-stopping performance. I mean, she's a babe, and you didn't see it, but there was a cheeky butt slap in it as well. So wicked, Lisa. I love it. Now, we've got a long trip to to Los Angeles, where there's a new Hollywood couple in town. Okay, so it's Zooey Deschanel and Jonathan Scott from the Property Brothers. I know, this is a coupling that's just a bit too cute to bear. The two have been spotted out and about holding hands after they met on the set of Carpool Karaoke. I mean, who knew that the backseat of an SUV would be so romantic, eh? Well, the whirlwind romance is happening only 2 weeks after Zooey announced her split from her husband of 4 years. Interesting. So here's what's up. It sounds like Zooey is ready to renovate her life, and there's only one reality contractor star for the job. And I can see the white picket fence already, you know, the little rabbits running around, maybe a garden swing. I mean, really, guys, you guys are too cute. You need to cut it out. It's too cute. And our final stop is all the way over in Hidden Hills, California. It's home to Queen of Twitter, the one and only Chrissy Teigen. And last night, Chrissy accidentally broadcasted her email address to her 11 million followers. So of course, the FaceTime calls came pouring in. And wouldn't you just know it, the quirky Chrissy actually picked up the phone. Check it out.
Hello, sir.
Hello, my name's Ricardo.
Hi, Ricardo. Nice to meet you. I'm Pepper. This is my mom.
Hi, Chris's mom. How you doing?
Thanks for following me.
Here's what's up. I can actually relate to Chrissy here. I mean, let's be honest, online dating, Snapchat, don't even get me started on that other secret DM folder that you find in Facebook like 10 years after you got it. And us mere mortals have come across a fair few unwanted messages or two. Here's all I'll say. Chrissy, darling, you're very lucky that it was his face when you answered the phone, honey. Yeah. That's right, I said it. I'm being truthful. We all know it's real. That's been another edition of What Up Wednesday. Back to you, Jeff. Have you ever had a bit of an unwanted message online?
No, mine. I know where you're going with this. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
Get us out.
But I'm glad you did update us on Chrissy Teigen, because I was worried about her since Monday. We did a story on her, and I was wondering what happened on Tuesday.
God forbid. God forbid we don't talk about Chrissy.
So I think you should ask Brandon that question.
What about you,
Steph?
Brandon?
Yeah.
Do you show your face? Are you're a good, modest gentleman?
Absolutely, I'm a great mother's gentleman. I'm the cultured athlete.
Okay.
She said modest.
Gentleman.
Oh.
See, you can't even lie.
See, he was like,
He doesn't even know what the word
doesn't even know what's going on.
He doesn't even know what it means. That's
Modest
why.
mother? Yeah, my mother's watching. Sure. No, I never did that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Thanks, Steph. That was a good job. Coming up on DBL, co-host Al Jackson goes one-on-one with actor Jaleel White. Would he do a Family Matters reboot is the question Al's going to ask him, and the surprising answer is next.
If you're between...
Nation, it's Raquel here with Leo, and we have a movie review of Hustlers. And every time I say that name, I can't help but think of Cardi B's line going, money.
Yeah,
in the
right? I
trailer.
mean, the whole trailer and movie was made for that song.
I think that trailer is a perfect description of this movie. I really liked it. I have to say that. Like, straight up, it was a very good movie based off of a true story.
Yeah.
And it had a heart to it. It didn't play into stereotypes that you normally see with dancers.
Yeah, I think this had a very realistic backdoor take on the stripping industry. And it's something that somebody like me actually had no idea about, and even the public seeing this, a lot of them won't know about this, but this is actually a very seemingly realistic take. I mean, they've got problems outside of stripping. There's even one scene where one of the strippers is crying and really upset because her parents had just thrown her out after deciding to make this decision to become a stripper.
It's very compelling in that sense, and if you don't know any background of the movie, it's about a group of dancers, or former dancers at the time, who decide to kind of befriend, I think is the best word, men of Wall Street to get money from them. But then it escalates to the point where they get in trouble with the law.
Yeah, it gets illegal really quickly.
I have to say, J-Lo's performance is outstanding. One of her best so far.
Yeah, one of her best
Absolutely.
in the last 5 years. She did fantastically
Easily.
in this movie. Played a great kind of mob boss, if you will. Almost Leonardo DiCaprio, Wolf of Wall Street, almost.
But with more of a heart and a soul.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That is the one difference I'd like to say. I would recommend seeing it in theaters. Honestly, I think it's that good.
Yeah,
I
agree.
really do.
Definitely check this one out in theaters, y'all.
All right, see you next time.
See ya.
Money.
Welcome back to DBL. Jaleel White is best known as Steve Urkel from Family Matters. In a new series called The Parent Trip, the child actor is all grown up and taking his mom on the adventure of a lifetime. Our co-host Al Jackson chatted about the new show and a possible Family Matters reboot in Chatting with the Stars.
Jaleel, what's up, man? This is Al Jackson from Daily Blast Live.
What's up, Cat?
We did a podcast together a couple years ago.
I remember that, man.
Your dad picked up the phone and started talking to somebody and gave you the phone.
You know, fans are bold. They called right up to the room, and, you know, they caught us at me being age 12 and my parents not knowing up from down. And my dad handed the phone. My mom just like, what the hell is wrong with you? Handed him the phone to a perfect stranger.
That's a beautiful thing.
I'll never forget that, man.
I've been watching the show, the Parent Trip, and it looks like you really stressed your mom out.
You know the best part about a bald person? You can see the sweat on the top of their head.
What do you think the worst part for her was?
The worst part for her was going up in the hot air balloon. She definitely is deathly afraid of heights.
So we are at 5,700 feet.
Oh, no. That's good enough.
We're gonna go higher.
That's
gotta
good
go
enough.
higher.
So getting her in that hot air balloon was, took a little coercion. She's a lot braver than I thought, though, man.
It just seems like it's not made of strong material. It looks like the kind of stuff that you would make furniture you wouldn't feel comfortable sitting on.
You know what? I got no problems with hot air balloons. I love hot air balloons. The beekeeping stuff, for me, that was the one that got to me because in my mind, these bees were definitely getting inside my suit.
Exactly, and then you don't want to be the famous guy that dies from bees. You don't want to be that guy.
Oh, man, come on, man. I mean, they're this close to you, man. They're all over your mask, and, you know, that was where her bravery kicked in far above mine.
Right there with the little red head on the top right there.
She doesn't have a name yet. What we gonna name her?
Gail.
Gail.
Everybody's talking about it. We're seeing all these shows being rebooted from the 90s. Would you ever want to come back and do Family Matters as well?
I don't really see that show coming back, man. I love it. I got a 10-year-old daughter now, man. Life has changed, you know.
Could you ever see doing like a show with her? I think that'd be really cool. See a little father-daughter connection.
Oh, gosh. My daughter doesn't do anything on cue. I think that's the issue we need to work past first.
You guys can all catch The Parent Trip Thursday nights on BYU TV. Jaleel White, awesome as always. Thank you for joining us here on DBL.
Nah, thank you for having me, bro.
Great job, Al. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
I have a lot of hair.
Welcome back to DBL. Edward James Olmos and Danny Pino is starring in FX's Mayans MC. I sat down with the acclaimed actors to talk about the second season and more in today's Chatting with the Stars. Mr. Olmos and Danny Pino, welcome to Daily Blast Live. We're excited you guys are here. Let's get right to it. Danny, my first question is for you, my brother. Mr. Olmos is nothing less than a trailblazer in this industry. I want to know, this is just personally for me, what was the first thing you did when you found out you were going to be working with him?
The first person I texted, because unless I text this person or call this person, any accomplishment isn't real, was my wife.
Yeah.
And I said, you have no idea who's part of this cast. And she texted back a bunch of question marks. And I wrote, Olmos.
That's beautiful. Now, Mayans MC is a bit of a change of character for both of you guys. Why did you guys choose such like hard roles? This is a very difficult role.
Here we go! I didn't read anything before I joined up. I joined up on just the concept of understanding that Kurt was doing it. He was writing it and he wanted me to help him. And his intentions were really, he says, I really need your help to bring a sense of awareness to this project and give it validity, and I really need you to understand that we're going to dive deeply into this situation along the border. And then I started to read the script and started to watch it being done and said, oh, this is really A-class artistic endeavor.
Talk, Angel. Nothing to talk about.
My boys, they have no connection to my past. I buried it for a reason. It's about Mom. I know killed her.
Mr. Olmos, Danny Pino, you guys are family now. Thank you guys for joining us here on DBL. We'll be right back.
My name is Erica Cobb. My hair is 100% authentically me, and so are my opinions. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and that's where my career started. My role on the panel is the voice of reason. If sometimes you want to be questionably unreasonable.
It's part of growing up.
Get him, girl.
And this is part of it.
Growing up, Al, is part of growing up. It's super disrespectful. Revealing my natural hair on live TV was one of the most liberating things I've ever done. Let me tell you, I would have been in the salon a long time ago if I knew it got a standing ovation. And as a result, I know that that's affected a lot of other women who want to be their most authentic self. And I carry that with me every day. DBL is unapologetic. DBL is organic. DBL is fearless. DBL is you.
Oh,
Nice.
yes, Erica.
Thank you to our team. I was going to name people, but I'm like, we have a big team. Yeah, no, those are so fun to do. It's almost like a reflection. I mean, I can't believe it's been over 2 years.
I know.
So just thinking about how far we've come and all of the things that have happened live on the show is just crazy.
And just talking about your hair, I mean, I met you with your old hair, and I can't even picture you with that hair right now.
I know,
Like if I
it's
see a picture
weird,
with you, I'm
isn't
like, who's that? I'm like, oh my God, that's Erica. It's like so far in the past, but I mean, everyone's come a long way, and I think you said your hair journey has been part of it.
Yeah, it has. It's been the aesthetic part of my comeback. So
love your transparency, love your wisdom, love the energy you bring.
We're so lucky to have you.
It looks amazing, Erica Cobb. There you go. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Happy Hump Day.